Hello, it's Natalia today, and I wanted to give you a pulse of the real estate market today. It's turning into a really interesting market. And I think at this time, a lot of people want clarity as to what is going on the market. If you're thinking about buying and selling, I want to talk a little bit about statistics and what the data is showing in real estate. Um, so first of all, I think during COVID, it was extremely limited inventory, and interest rates were really low. And then everything started to shift right around March timeframe. That's when interest rates were hiking to the point that it really kind of pumped the brakes and sales started to slow. And when I mean sales, it wasn't like there wasn't a lot of buyers. It was still a lot of pent up demand. And then I think a lot of sellers realize that, hey, the interest rates are rising, prices are just continuing to rise. So I might as well list my home now. And they decided to list. So inventory started rising as of March last year. So I wanted to compare this year to last year as to how we're doing in the real estate market. Would you believe that this week, this past March, was the most number of home sales in quite a bit of time, um, because um, compared to last year. So all of last year, the number of sales were down, but this past year there were approximately uh, 418,000 100,000 sales in the whole United States. So what this is showing is that there's still a lot of activity in real estate. And as a real estate agent, I was showing property this weekend in Los Angeles, and the inventory is extremely tight. It was very difficult to even find houses to show. Most of the houses were just horrendous or like being sold with tenants. Um, and the few homes that were available and vacant to see had several buyers there. So it's important to note that as the uncertainty continues to come to the real estate market, what happens is that most people who sell their home also want to buy a home, which is what I wanted to talk. If you were one of these people that are thinking, I want to sell this house to buy another house, and because there's uncertainty, everybody's just waiting, and it just tightens and tightens the market as to what we're experiencing right now. So the market is picking up, which is expected as we approach spring, because usually winter is the least number of sales year over year. Just it's kind of like a seasonal thing. But this year compared to last year, there are a lot more sales going on, and the inventory is less, because last year this time was when more people started to list their homes. So as the rates rise, as you know, the rates have been rising. This has just made, I think, consumers extremely price sensitive. And if a home is not listed properly, it will sit there. There usually are price reductions, and either the seller decides to just cancel and it goes into an expired, or they lower the price and actually sell. So that's something I've noticed with the inventory. So what are factors that could cause a change at this time? Because I what I see is just pent up demand. Buyers who want to buy, sellers who need to sell to buy, and everyone's kind of just waiting it out and see when would be a good time to do something, which is what I'm going to talk about, how you should wait. But there's no signs. I personally look at, the CPI reports and the Federal Reserve announcements to see what is going to dictate the next shift in the market. I personally think, my personal opinion, that is, you could take it as a absolute half of a grain of salt in a big ocean, is that the Federal Reserve will continue to rise rates um, this year, and maybe until maybe next year, because we they were just sleeping on the wheel for so long, and there's just so much inflation that we're still haven't really tackled what needs to be tackled in our economy. Money was just printed so much, and it really has devalued. And to that point, I think the Federal Reserve wants to see more changes in the economy. So maybe that means more layoffs. A lot of people are waiting and waiting for a burst of housing inventory to come out of somewhere. I personally have not seen that in Southern California. I heard of other places having a lot of short sales and things like that. Delaware is having a lot of that. Places in the Midwest, places where the counties don't necessarily develop a general plan, and houses are just built without a big general plan. But it's important to note that in California, land is a scarce resource for us. There's not a lot of places to build. We're already building at places where we shouldn't really be building, up in the mountains, which is where, like for us in Ventura, we've experienced so many fires. So developing in California is costly. And there's they look at water, a lot of infrastructure issues. In California, they really plan these things out, and they make it more difficult for houses to be built because they want everything to be fully be able to be sustained in the long term, versus other places like Texas and Arizona, where it's a lot easier to build, but there's questions whether there'll be water for them in, I don't know, 50 years. So that's a reason why in California, the prices are being sustained. That being said, it is very different market to market. So Orange County is doing really well sustaining prices, but let's say San Francisco, their housing prices are going, they're worse than they were before COVID. Okay, so if you're interested in your particular area, make sure to reach out so I could do a specific report to your address. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the main topic for people that are in this trend of waiting to sell to purchase another home. Okay, so if you're on this boat, I have a few people, and there's two things I recommend. You could either list your home and put it on the market, or you can get ready, get pre-approved, take the pictures, know what you want, so that when you do find the perfect home, you can go ahead and buy it. Because what's going to end up happening if you're just okay, well, when I found the perfect home, I'll get pre-approved, I'll do this and this and that. It's highly unlikely that your offer will be accepted if you don't show that you've done the groundwork, and you need to go contingent. That's what it's called, contingent, to sell and buy. But if you do find the perfect home right away, and you have done all the legwork up front, we have a pre-approval letter, we've done the pictures, and we have everything ready, it'll be a lot easier to get your offer accepted, and you won't miss out on your dream home. I personally purchased my dream home this past November timeframe, and let me tell you something. If you're looking for your dream home right now, and you want to find something that is like a fixer-upper, it's a perfect time, because sellers are willing to give concessions. They're willing to work with the buyers, something that was not happening even last year this time. Sellers were still very demand because the inventory was so tight. So I was able to get a huge price reduction, get credits, and get the house that I wanted. Okay, so if you're thinking about that, just go ahead and contact me for a specific report for your home. That's one way to do it, where you take the pictures, do all the information for the database, and get pre-approved. Getting pre-approved is really important, because that can help you figure out how much money we're going to get from the sale of your home, how much money you have down, and then how much money you will put to the purchase. Okay, another way to do this, if you don't want to do this, I'm always going to tell you to get pre-approved, is to actually list your home and put it out on the market. And in this situation, you put your house out on the market, you start showing it. You start accepting offers and doing the open houses. At the very same time, you're also looking at homes. And we write a contract and structure the sale of your home so that you have ample time to purchase that other home and purchase the other home and do your move. We could rent the house back for you. We could put that into the marketing comments, which is something that, before, when you had a contingent offer, they kind of put your offer at the end, but now sellers are willing to accept these type of offers. Another thing is that you can make the sale of the home saying, I'm not going to sell my house until I for sure have another house, and we could close it at the same time. Okay, so there's two things that we could do here. Like I said, get yourself ready, take the pictures and stand by, or be super active and list your home while you're out there looking for the home that you want. So if you guys have questions about this process, go ahead and send me your questions. I would appreciate it. If you want a specific price for your home based on the market, let me know. Interest rates, like I said, are hiking and are rising, and I cannot predict what that would say. If I knew what the price, the interest rate would be, I would be having a vacation right now. But I don't. So all we can do is prepare and keep striving for our goals, keep doing what we need to do, and be prepared. So that's what we can do. And if you need help with your personal situation, please let me know. As I told you, if any of you are renting, things aren't going to get better either. Rates are expected to rise, as I said last week. So I'm here for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And I wish you all a blessed day and a blessed week. Bye-bye.